Want to turn your Shopify store into a conversion machine without spending a single dollar on ads? Today, I want to dive deep into 4 must-have apps that seriously level up your clothing brand's performance, and one that you'll definitely want to skip if you care about your time, your money, and your sanity. So first up, Klaviyo. Think of your high-value customers as gold, just little gold flecks, right? And Klaviyo is just a refinery with powerful segmentation tools, things like VIP purchase history or cart abandoners. You can actually send laser targeted emails and text messages that actually feel personal and not spammy. This actually drives retention, it drives repeat purchases, and over time seriously compounds your ROI. Now, with benchmark data showing that Klaviyo users see 30% higher revenue per recipient compared to other generic platforms, the difference is real. It's actually turning your store into a conversation, right? Not just like a megaphone. It's not just, hey, we're here, hey, we're here. It's actually sending and segmenting and having all the necessary tools in order to make that happen. One small clothing store that we worked with increased repeat buyers by 25% within 9 days of just implementing Klaviyo. So setting up actual flows and then going through and sending campaign emails to their followers. And speaking of flows, if you are using Klaviyo flows, or maybe you are still using Shopify inbox, I want you to comment down below. What's the best email flow that you're using right now? Is it abandoned cart, abandoned checkout? Is it a win back series? Let me know in the comments. Hey, before we move on to the second app, I am Christian Piñon, one of the co-founders here at Fit Branding. We specialize in helping clothing brands scale online. We've been serving over 300 clothing brands in the last year alone. I would appreciate if you like, subscribe, so you don't miss any of our latest content. Now on to social proof. Nothing actually sells clothes faster than other people wearing them and looking great. And that's where Judge Me really comes through. We got photo reviews that pop with color, customer snapshots, customizable galleries. Picture this, someone is browsing on your website, they see a trending t-shirt styled in 3 different ways by real people, real customers, and in that moment, you close that sale. That's exactly what social proof does. Social proof gets into the minds of the customer and lets them know that you're here, you're safe. Other people have come before you and they have made the decision, right, to purchase and then to actually send a review. I mean, there's no better trust indicator on your website than having actual reviews on your product page, on your collection page, on your home page. So use a reviews app. And I get this a lot where some people are concerned of adding a reviews app and then looking like you have 0 reviews everywhere. What you can do is install the app, and then maybe you don't necessarily install the widgets, right, all throughout your website just yet, but you install the app so that you have the automation going in the back end as customers are purchasing, you're fulfilling orders, and then those emails and those notifications get sent to the customers to get some of those reviews, right? Some people stop at like, I don't want to install this just yet on my store because I don't have any reviews. Well, like it's a catch-22. You have to have the app in order to start sending requests for reviews. And you already know, like those review widgets with photos are just going to be super, super powerful. So definitely encourage photo reviews by automatically sending follow-up emails. So I know with Judge Me, with a free account, it sends the initial email and then sends a follow-up email. But with the paid, you can actually send almost unlimited. And then with a combination of Klaviyo, the very first app that we talked about, and Judge Me, you can actually set up a whole new flow, not necessarily just using Judge Me, but setting up a whole new flow that truly incentivizes the customer. So if you're interested in this particular flow, let me know in the comments below and we'll make a full breakdown on how that works. Now, number 3, upselling and cross-selling. I do believe this is something that every serious clothing store owner needs to have on their store. My recommendation will be something like one-click upsell. And just know that profit doesn't only come from more traffic, it could come from just making every post-purchase moment actually count, right? It's like turning your thank you page into like a little mini store with a mini offer. Just basically just one more yes that you want to get from your actually existing customers. So brands using Zipify's one-click upsell, they report an average order value gains of $5 to $15 per customer. If we actually tested this on a streetwear label and their post-purchase offers brought in an extra 12% revenue within 2 weeks. That's it. And it was just adding a post-purchase. Something like one-click upsell can actually give you more than just that one post-purchase upsell. You can have upsells in the product page. You can have upsells on the cart. You can have upsells as pop-ups. So there's definitely a lot of different things that you can do with one-click upsell, but having the cross-selling and the upselling and using something like one-click upsell will give you those benefits. Now, it's definitely possible, not to the extent of what an app can do, but with your current theme, there may be some things that you can do right away, like having the recently viewed right on that product page, like having a best-selling collection, right? I think Skims does a really good job on their product page. So if you look at the product page, they'll have recently viewed, and they'll have related products, they have products more in that color. So just a very simple act of adding just more product, more inventory into your product pages there towards the bottom. It's the same thing as like me walking into a store, right? I see a rack of clothing and I'm picking up an item, but if I look to my left, I'll see a completely different rack of item. If I look to my right, I may see a table full of other accessories or other things, right? Like at a glance, a customer visually needs to be able to see all the things that you offer. And a lot of times when you see these product pages, they just have a very simple, like, you may also like, and they have 4 products in there, and that's about the extent of it. Definitely add more things in there that will definitely help with cross-selling and upselling. But I'm not saying that's the end all be all. You definitely want to have an app that can do more things, like the pop-ups, like showing up on the cart, like showing up on the thank you page after they've actually purchased. The fourth app would be something with analytics and attribution. This is where Triple Whale really kicks in. And Triple Whale, think of this as like kind of like your command center, your brand's command center. It puts all the critical data, sales, ad performance, customer behavior, all into one easy to read dashboard. Now, here's why that matters and why serious clothing brand owners needs to do this. And like running a clothing brand today means juggling meta ads, TikTok creatives, influencer campaigns, email flows, SMS, all without a single source of truth. So it's easy to make decisions based on bad or incomplete data, and Triple Whale solves that by tracking your marketing attribution with insane precision. So you know exactly which ads, which platforms, which campaigns are actually driving sales and not just clicks. So imagine you're a pilot, right? You wouldn't want 5 different people in the cockpit with different screens giving you conflicting readings, right? Like Triple Whale is the unified flight deck of your brand. So you log in and boom, you see revenue trends, you see new versus returning customer ratios, you see blended ROAS, and even lifetime value projections all in just one place. And the result is that you make smarter calls, faster calls, right? Which can help you reveal what things are actually profitable within your business. So if you want to stop guessing and start scaling with clarity, then Triple Whale isn't optional, it's actually a necessity. And if you're interested in Triple Whale and want a better offer than what they have on their current website, then I would check the link in the description below. Now for the red flag, right? What is that one app that I've seen people use and I'm just like, please don't. Like you think this is working, but it's really not. And those are the push notification apps like Push Owl. That's one of them. They may seem tempting with flash sales blasted straight to devices, but trust me, that route's full of friction and I would say diminishing trust. It's like putting a speaker in someone's living room. Once they mute it, they just never want to come back, right? So high unsubscribe rates and low engagement is really what this brings. And many brands see click-through rates under 2%, with subscribers quickly opting out. It just hurts long-term retention. What I would say to focus instead is email and text messaging, and maybe TikTok and Instagram reminders where the audience actually opt in organically to those channels. And that way you're more respecting the user intent. Now to recap, again, for serious clothing brands, Klaviyo, Judge Me, One Click Upsell, and Triple Whale. These are not just tools, they're strategic growth partners along with Shopify. So you want to definitely skip the noise, avoid the quick fix, push, scam, invest in scalable, trust building solutions. Now hold on just 1 second before we leave. I want to say that if you are a clothing brand owner and want to jump into the specifics of your brand and how to grow it profitably online, you can schedule a free 45-minute strategy session with us. There are limited spots, so go find a time now in the link in the description below. Now there you have it, 4 must-use Shopify apps and 1 to avoid. Now, if you're interested in, look Christian, I have these 4 apps, but I feel like I need some oomph. I need something else. There's something missing that I'm not doing right now. If that's the case, then I would implore you to watch this video here next.